Good morning, everyone. This is Donnie. We opened the back up back here where the goats could get back. We got it fenced off where they can't get down to the water because of the gators. But I want to show you the reason. Those of you who are getting into goats for the first time and you're looking for fencing, you're trying to find information, what type of fencing to use, that type of thing. I want to show you why we don't use field fence with goats. The fence in this back here has been back here since Kim's grandmother had the house built in the early 80s. But if you're going to get goats and you're going to start raising them, if they're polled where they are born without horns or someone has cut the horns off, which we do not recommend doing because horns are part of how a goat regulates its body temperature, so we do not cut them. And it's their only line of defense should they need to try to defend themselves. Hey girl, that's why we don't use field fence right there. I know, a bunch of y'all are stuck. Oh, these guys, they get stuck, they get their head through and they can't get out. Come here, baby. I know. But you gotta hold their chin and you gotta aim their horns back through the hole where they can back out. Sometimes the horns are big enough they actually deform the wire to get their head through, and that's when you use these. I see you. I know it. Dadgum, how many of y'all are stuck? We just let them out. It's about 7:30 in the morning. Kim let them out at 7 o'clock because she had to leave at 7:15. Come on, baby. Hold on, don't fight me. I know. Come on, you gotta get that horn down. Come on. You got it. There you go. It's a little painful sometimes, but if you don't get them out, they will die. They can't sit out here all day, especially in the heat. Thanks to the hurricane, we're not dealing with the heat this morning. It's 85 degrees. Praise Jesus. That's our buddy Tom. That house used to be a fish camp long years ago, and his drive comes in back over there. He comes up and into his place, but his drive, that's the back road we used to get into the back here. I come up his drive. We got a gate down there to keep people out, and the only properties back here is ours and Tom's. And Tom's a great guy. He lives out of state. He's in Alabama. You're stuck again, Gideon. What are you doing, girl? You were stuck yesterday. You should know better. Whoop, sorry guys. Let me see your horns. Let me see. We gotta do this again. Remember, horns up. Come on. Come on, baby. Hold on. I know. You're down low. Come on. Come on, girl. You gotta get that chin up. Get the chin up. Come on. You got it. Oh, almost. Right there. Right there. There you go. There you go. Here's my girl. Keep your head out. There ain't nothing over there. What are you trying to eat? The dirt? But yeah, if you guys are getting into goats for the first time, do not use field fence for them. You need to use sheep and goat fence or climb-proof horse fence, or of course chain link. But the field fence is the cheapest. We run these T-posts. I fenced it in inside of the existing fence, and I did not put the wire up. I started doing it, and just doing all this stuff alone without help is hard. But I got my tension poles up, got them braced off. They're stout, so when we pull the wire down the fence line, I can stretch it with a tractor and then tack it off on these big wooden poles. But I run T-post around the entire back here. Got a brand new gate up back here too. We got about 12 to 13 feet between this back run, the existing fence, and the new posts that I put up. We got a wider gap back there because that's where we have problems with people coming through with dogs. And we've had them in the back before, and they get after the goats. This right here is the wire you need to use if you guys are going to be getting goats. This is the 4x4 sheep and goat fence. And it's got these little 4 inch by 4 inch holes right here. You can see the hole. And they can't get their heads through it. Hey, Belle. I'm just double checking, making sure we don't have any more stuck. This is one of the hoop houses I put up right after, was it right after Hurricane Michael or right before it? I don't remember. Oh, it was before Hurricane Michael. I'll show you how I built it. It's very simple. I did this by myself. Everything out here I've done by myself pretty much. But we had some of this tree, some of these limbs fell out and they kind of deformed it, and then the wind shaking it. This is cattle panels. They're 52 inches wide and they're 16 feet long. They run down. I put a wall up of pallets, and I use 2x4s to nail the pallets together or screw them together. And then I run these cattle panels down one side here. It goes up just to form an arch, and down that side, and then we tack them off with the horseshoe staples. And then I come back using these cable clamps, and I clamp the panels together. And we just run panels. I don't, how many is here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I got 6 panels on this one. And then pallet walls. Got hornets right there. Hornet nest. Hope that's all of them. But these little shelters are very cheap to build. The tarp that's over the outside of it is actually a billboard sign. So if you have a company in your area that does all the billboards, the advertising, that's what these are. These are billboards. And I've got 2 layers. One side's painted. The back side's black. The front side is painted. And what I did is the first layer, I put the painting toward the outside, and the second layer, I put the painting toward the inside so that it's black and black. And that's just so wintertime when it gets so cold, because it does get cold here. It gets below freezing. That way when the goats are out here, these things, they hold heat from being black, and the goats get in them and they love them. But anyhow, I just want to throw this up just a little short video for our brothers and sisters that are getting into goats for the first time. You don't really have the problem with sheep. You know, we've had some sheep and the rams, you know, they get horns, but normally the sheep's head is, they got a round, really thick jug on them, but the horns are very large in diameter and they go out. So the time their horns are a few inches long, they can't get their head through the regular field fence. This stuff was so thick I couldn't even get through it. I tried to run the four-wheeler through it to come up here, and I just couldn't get through it, so I had to back up. It was so thick, and they have just mowed it down. This is that fence wire. I run from right here. This is where I was going to put the gate. It's run from this corner, wooden post. It goes all the way down to that corner, and then I come up to right about where I'm standing. I just run 60 foot of it, I guess. But this is what that wire looks like right here. And this was completely wrapped in vines and growth, but it's met the goats. You know, not much stands a chance against them. But yeah, if you're gonna do goats for the first time, stay away from field fence. I don't recommend you disbudding them. Disbudding the goats, which is having the horns burn off when they're babies. It's their it's their only line of defense against predators or other animals wanting to pick a fight with them. But it's also how their horns in their ears help them regulate body heat. And if you're in a southern climate, like Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, anywhere down in the south where it gets hot, Louisiana, then you need to take that into consideration. Sorry guys, that's my alarm. I've got to call the doctor this morning. I was supposed to call them the last 5 days and I keep forgetting, so I set an alarm last night. Everybody okay? Rebecca, you okay, gal? You okay, my old girl? She's a sweetheart. We've had her for a long time. She's got her daughter, her granddaughter, her great-granddaughters. Daphne, the spotted one right there, that's her daughter. I'm trying to find the other babies. She's got another daughter in here. Nay, there she is. She's over there in front of Louie. Big red one is Louie, the one in front of him. Kind of a buckskin color. That's Nay. That's Rebecca's daughter. And Nay's got 2 or 3 babies in here, and grandbaby. Daphne's got, I think she's got 2 babies and 1 grandbaby. We got so many of them, it's hard to remember. But we opened this back section up. I went yesterday, I spent a few hours patching all the holes all the way around and then pulling the fence up because they had pushed it down, Louie and Roscoe, where they go over it. They pushed it down, especially that side and back over here. So I pulled it all back up, got it secured, and then we opened it up because we need the extra 2 shelters for the goats in the event the storm comes. This one had a tree on it from Hurricane Michael. This tree right here, a big portion of that tree came over on it. It laid it over. We drug it off, and it didn't stand up all the way, but you guys can see it's deformed. It's a deformed hoop house, but it survived 3 tropical storms and 1 hurricane, and it's still here. Hey RJ, what you doing, Buster? This dude right here, he's a feigning goat of my tonic. Hey bud, what are you doing, pretty boy? Alright guys, I've got to get ready. We've got another big pig in the trap. Looks like a boar hog. We're gonna run over, Cody, my stepson, and I are gonna run over to the trap. If it's a boar hog, then Cody is going to take it for meat purposes. If it's a sow, we're going to try to get her tied and move her to a different part of the property. So if it's a sow, I will film it. And come on, Roscoe. I'll try to get some footage of us getting her caught and tied. They are so hard to work with. They're such powerful animals. And yes, they bite. And they draw blood. They'll bite through a pair of snake boots. I don't know if you guys are hearing that rumbling. It sounds like a tornado. There's an airplane somewhere back here. I can hear the plane, but it's not that. I don't know what that is. It's getting hard to hear now because of the airplane. It may be some equipment. There's some houses on the other side of that lake over there, and they're building a new one sort of at that angle across the lake, and they may just be working over there. Hey Louie, hey buddy, am I sweating? Y'all have a good day. God bless you. Be safe during this storm. Please keep your prayers going and just stay focused on the Father and don't worry about the storm. But don't get out there intentionally and get in the path of this thing. If you can get away from it, do so. You know, God will protect us when we're doing right and we're in alignment with Him. But He's not going to protect you if you intentionally go out in front of a path of destruction. Ignorance is not bliss. Y'all have a good day. I will certainly see you guys soon.